Hello and welcome to Final Show Films. I'm John, the executive producer here. Thank you all for tuning in and watching. Particularly want to thank our Patreon supporters and our $25 tier supporters there, who are Rowan Parker, Jovian Alexander, Samantha Bates, Cat Waterflame, and Elle, without whom we wouldn't be able to do nearly as much of the things that we do now. Thank you all for supporting us over the years, and thank you those of you that are watching now. Those of you that are watching live, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. And we're live!
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Stardust RPG on Trails of Stardust. I am William, and I am your game master for this 5th edition science fantasy campaign. Joining me today, we have Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I am playing a Kindle Fairchild, Eladrin Warlock, and fuck microtransactions.
Oh, yes, because we've got statements to make. Black Lives Matter, trans rights and human rights, believe women, everything else that I cannot remember right now.
Hey, Cap.
Since we haven't said it in a little bit, fuck Joss Whedon.
Yeah. Yes. And Craig.
Hi, I'm playing bees, a swarm of nocturne and torch bees, who collectively form a swarm keeper ranger, and I will add hug a veterinarian because that job sucks ass and is very hard, and people are shitty to them.
Yeah. Oh, and because it's very topical right now in light of recent news, fuck Bobby Kotick in particular.
Yep.
Just keep piling on.
Jack.
Hey everybody, my name's Jack. I'm playing Till Wayland, the Avian Way of the Iron Path monk. Eat a billionaire every day. It keeps your economy healthy.
You ain't wrong. John.
I mean, that's a lot of billionaire, though. And they're all stringy and like.
Look,
balls.
they don't care. They don't care about throwing out their leftovers. You shouldn't care if you finish the entire billionaire.
Could someone get
Barbecue
me a
sauce, dude.
macro
Barbecue
on
sauce.
billionaire? I
mean,
need to know how it's
barbecue-
going to fit into my calorie count.
barbecue sauce. Like they're like there's no meat. There's just like tendons. Tendons aren't. Barbecue sauce doesn't help that. Anyways,
We get it. You don't like hot dogs.
I love hot dogs. They're not
We
hot
know.
dogs. I didn't mean it like that, Jack, but I appreciate you taking it there.
You're welcome.
Anyways, I'm just now that I've gotten here, I'm playing
Christ.
Koltarn, the orc artificer, and Skittertolbar, the AI construct.
Cody.
Cody, I'm playing Varush Al Rul, the Loxodon Void Keeper.
Fuck. Now you've got. I just in my brain the connection just clicked between Varush and Y'shtola now, because her last name is Rule.
See, I have no idea who you're referencing,
Yeah, I know.
but yeah.
And Holly.
Don't make me smother you. Hi, I'm Holly.
Couldn't if you tried.
I could. Don't challenge me. I'm playing Mistle in Vern Rogue.
And Camille.
Hi, I'm Camille. I'm playing Gideon Eaglin, the avian rogue, and teachers deserve more credit.
Yep.
Get
Mhm.
And more money.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot
If you're
more.
gonna
Lot more money.
if you're gonna put us in a I understand the point of a capitalist dystopia is to keep people undereducated and thus not to fund teachers, but come on, really?
I mean, there's also that.
But
But
you
let's
should
not
at least.
talk about all the things that
but-
are wrong with the American government right now.
But if you're gonna use teachers as a glorified daycare, at least pay them better. They're handling your kids.
For real. Straight up.
that would require that they care about kids more than just in words. Anyways.
But enough about that. Let's D&D.
Anyway, yeah. So when last we left off, the group had arrived on the world of Savaranus and met with the two leaders of the current government. Discovered a little bit about the history of the planet and why one of them is currently kind of persona non grata, but still going on. It's learned the strange dichotomy between the what looks to be the public hero of General Adano and the public enemy of General Solend working together. And decided that with the information that you got from your conversations with them about the current situation regarding the amount of augmented half demons and potentially remaining fiends that exist on the planet, particularly in the underground tunnels, that with the knowledge you have of how these were man-made by the previous government scientists, it's likely that there might be some leads within the palace itself, which has sat mostly abandoned for the past several months. So with the permission of Adano and Solend, you intend to get a rest and then investigate the palace itself. And if you don't find anything there, or even if you do, potentially, heading to some nearby entrances to the underground tunnels to try and scour them for fiends and potentially any remaining actors of the previous regime. So we pick up with the rest of you setting down for a rest. Is there anything that needs to happen before you take your long rest?
Real quick, has John had a chance? John, have you had a chance to start my armor yet?
No.
Okay.
I don't have the materials. I haven't had the materials for it yet.
Right. All right, that was it. That's all I need to know. I don't need anything else before we do a rest.
I know Jack is currently, Till is currently flying out over the wilderness.
Yep.
And I'm keeping an eye on Kendall.
If Till doesn't find anything on his flyabout, he'll come back, land outside the tavern, and go find.
Roll me survival real quick, just to see if you do find anything.
Sure. 12.
So, as you're journeying out through the forest, as you sort of are just keeping an eye on the environment, something hits your nostrils. Even this high up in the air, you smell decay and like raw flesh.
How much light do we have left? Is it after dark already?
Yes, it is. The days are always usually kind of overcast, but yeah, it's getting dark.
Okay. Well, he's got an electric lantern. He's going to click on his flashlight and go have a look. Because he's a smart boy when he's by himself.
So you dive down, and you sort of land just above where you have the smell, and you find the massacred carcass of a pair of bears who don't seem to have been fighting each other and don't seem to have at all been eaten. Something killed these things with claws and what looks like an amount of energy weaponry, and then left them where they lay.
Do I see any trails either coming to or departing from this carnage?
There's a lot of thrashing from the bears, but you're not seeing anything larger than that.
Okay. And no particular footprints or anything in the area. It's all churned up from the battle, or
yeah, it looks like it's very largely churned up by the fighting that's been happening.
He will, since he's got bird feet, he'll just grab a. Is this in a forested area, or is this like out in the open?
It's in the middle of the forest.
Okay, yeah. He'll
like
find
you're among the trees.
Right. He'll find a perch and just watch for about probably 20, 30 minutes just to see what he can pick up, if anything, but just trying to remain motionless and observant as much as possible.
So roll me perception.
Okay. 18.
So as you're sitting there and listening, the wind carries a fresh scent of spilled blood from elsewhere, and as you focus on that, you hear very faintly in the distance what sounds like an energy discharge, like a blaster weapon firing. And then you hear what sounds like a animalistic roar. You're not certain what kind.
Can I pull up a direction on that though with an 18?
To your east.
Okay. He'll kick off and then just fly as fast and quietly as he can eastward then and see, because energy weapon discharge usually is pretty easy to pick out in the dark.
Roll stealth.
Okay. There we go.
Nice.
Nat 20 for 27.
So with a natural 20, you manage to pick out the flash of an energy weapon going off as you look around. And as you approach, you sort of find a high up position so that you can get a view of it without giving yourself away. And you find yourself looking down at a scene of essential butchery. You see what is the slaughtered remains of some kind of large cat, and sort of eviscerating it almost casually is what looks like it might be a humanoid, but it's wrong. Where you would expect a normal humanoid to sort of carry itself upright and like shoulders spread, wielding a weapon, this thing is hunched forward very far. It has this very spread-legged gait, and it's covered in what looks like a deep black and azure bodysuit that is hiding most of its features, except for at the end of its feet, there appear to be a set of talons coming off. You can't tell if that's part of its footwear or if it's actually a set of talons coming off of its feet. And then on its helmet, it has this very sleek metal on its head. It has this very sleek metal helmet with a singular red eye that's sort of glowing out of the center of it, and wearing a pair of metallic gauntlets that seem to combine massive sets of claws and what looks to be an energy projector in the palm.
Okay.
As it just rips open this large cat.
Does it look like it's eating it or just destroying it?
It seems to just be destroying it. You can't even see where it would have a mouth to eat. It's probably under the helmet.
Okay. Is there anything, like, given we've been there for the debriefing on the synthetic demon hybrids and that sort of thing, does this sort of match the stories that General O'Donnell was telling us? Or does
Yes,
this seem to be like
this very much
different sort of thing?
In fact, you sort of get a tweak in your head of Adana very specifically mentioned that a lot of these fiend hybrids were equipped with energy weapons to compensate their to compensate their physical prowess at range.
Right. Okay. Till's gonna try and quietly shadow this thing, see if he can figure out where it, like, if it decides to eventually head for home, or if it's just going to roam and murder things all night. Does it look like something he could go one-on-one with, or no?
With a natural 20 on your stealth, you are definitely able to shadow it for a while.
Okay. Would determining relative threat level be like an investigation or what?
Yeah, I would say investigation to try and guess its potential. If you were like a battle master fighter, you could just do it, but
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, there goes my inspiration. I got an 8.
So, with an 8.
We had a conversation once about, you know, relying on each other as a group to make sure that the people that were making specific kinds of important skill rolls were people that were best equipped for it. Unfortunately, Till's by himself.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
until you build us all jetpacks,
Like
he's
I,
gonna
like
be up
I
there by
just,
himself.
like I just said in chat. Imagine if this goes wrong. Varush will be keeping an eye on Kendall forever.
So you're not certain, based with that investigation check, whether or not you could handle this individual by yourself. You do note that as you follow it, it just seems to be kind of roaming aimlessly. Like it'll kill something and then wander off in a completely different direction until it runs into something that gets in its way, kill it, and then wander off in a completely different direction again, as it just sort of picks a direction to wander every time it stops to kill something. And what you are getting from shadowing it for a while is that it moves unnaturally quickly and has a impressive level of athleticism and grace to it, because aside from its just sheer strength and the energy weapons attached to it, you've witnessed it. I mean, there's no better way to describe it than matrix dodge things, as if something is coming at it and its body just contorts unnaturally to avoid strikes. And also it has this incredible like motive capacity where it can either just like dive kick at someone from a distance away to knock them prone and just dig at them, or just backflip kick off their chest to build distance as it goes.
Okay.
Also, just quickly, I need to make a correction.
Damn it. That's my shtick.
Just this is a minor correction. Camille, I'm 2 days in on your suit. I need 3 more days to finish it because I built it half
sweet.
cost. I built it half cost, right, William?
Yeah.
It's 50 gold per day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm 100 gold into it. It's 150 gold left.
Sweet.
But yeah, this thing
Alright.
appears
Well,
to be dangerous. You
mhm.
might be able to take it on, especially if you can get it stunned regularly. But it definitely
Right.
looks to be a
Yep.
threat. Especially
Okay.
considering it has yet
Well,
to really
he was
take a meaningful
mostly
hit.
out here to right. Just everything it runs into, it's just pretty much annihilated fairly quickly.
To be fair, it's run into wild
Okay.
animals. Like it hasn't run into like
Right.
a person who can fight back in like practiced fashion, but it's taken down bears with relative
Mhm.
ease.
But still. Right. Yeah. If it can take down a pair of bears, Till's not going to engage on that. So yeah, once he's been around long enough to make those conclusions, he's just gonna let the thing wander off and then take off back towards the city.
But what you do get off of it is it doesn't seem to have any kind of direction. It's
Right,
just kind
it's
of
just
wandering
roving.
on murder mode.
Wandering
go
on
through that.
literally on demon
Okay.
time.
Some
Usually in our 20s.
some hunter put his pet on aggressive and then just fucked off. Right.
Oh,
Okay.
that's what the blood plague does.
Yep.
I see.
All right. So yeah. Back to the tavern.
As Jack's internet starts to crap out.
Oh, are you guys losing me?
It's getting a little bit robotic and your screen is freezing up a lot.
Tell your partner to stop downloading
Gotcha.
porn.
We're working on it.
That was well timed.
But he'll be heading back to the tavern. So
So you make your way back to the tavern.
Yep.
Do you find anyone to share that information, or
oh yeah, no, he's gonna do a report in first thing.
I'm just sitting at the table still, have like a large motorized like chest piece on the front that I'm currently not really caring that there are people in here that might be watching or staring because of the noise. I'm just currently punching wing holes into the back of it
Nice.
with a chisel. Ting, ting.
Ollie, do you remember what Bees and Mistle were doing?
I know they got food.
Okay.
I
So
don't know
we're
if they're
prob-
doing things beyond that.
We're probably still out in the common area then, right?
I would assume.
Okay. Gideon, would you be hanging out with us?
He is muted.
Yes, I would.
Okay, cool. So yes, we'd be out there.
Okay. And I assume Farouche and Kendall are still where we left him.
Probably.
Wherever
Unless
that was.
Kendall decided to go somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't remember where we were, so sure, we are right where we were.
Okay.
In
So
the
yeah.
tavern at a table.
So yeah. Till will just slip in, keeping as low a profile as he can. And then just pull up a chair next to Farouche. Demon thing in the woods. Saw one. Wandering and killing anything it stumbled across.
Close or far enough away not to worry?
About a mile out.
Was
That's
it like
not
the
so bad.
Was it like the ones that tried to jump us when we got out of the ship?
No, this one had guns.
Oh.
There's a slight sigh from Baruch.
Energy blasters on the palms. It was mostly running across local wildlife, but anything that was big enough for it to notice, it just murdered. Quite handily, I might add.
So not headed this way.
Jasira Jamiroquai.
Just-
What's her name?
Jasira is still on the ship watching the sword.
Yep. Jasira
Does
is
she have
Zatrin.
guns?
You've never seen her use one, but you don't know that she
Okay.
doesn't.
Well, I just couldn't remember what weapon she used.
You haven't seen her use a weapon at all. You've never seen her fight.
Okay, fair.
Till,
She summoned a dragon.
Till, were you trying to keep that quiet and just between you and Farouche, or was it for the table?
It low enough that the rest of the clientele isn't going to hear it, but definitely with that posture of bend forward, kind of low voice. So if you're interested in hearing and you're at the table, you can probably lean in and catch it. Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. will just walk close to his face.
Right.
Well, not. If it's moving randomly, then there's no telling whether or not it is a threat. But does it seem like to you like one of the creatures that were described to us earlier?
Pretty closely, yes.
What kind of animals did it kill?
Bears, predatory cats, that sort of
Bear-
thing.
Bears are pussies.
Sure.
They are.
All right.
But
Um,
cats can be bad.
I feel like the etymology of that certain structure was backwards, but okay. Anyways.
No, that's true. I've seen
We
some real
should-
badass cats before.
Yeah, I got attacked by one once.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
What happened?
I wanted food. It wanted food.
She was food.
It thought I was food.
I bet you told it real quick.
We engaged in an epic battle. It was a draw.
You didn't eat it?
This
No.
fight with a tabby cat.
Next time. You'll eat it. You'll eat it next time.
Just a
You
cage
don't have-
fight
I feel
with
like it was a
stray.
house. It was like a house cat.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm
that she got in
imagining.
a fight with.
Yeah.
Like just a stray fight with a cat. Just a cage match with a stray.
Like Dobby getting into a fight with a Maine Coon.
Yeah,
Not even a
Right.
stray, like a domesticated house cat.
Right.
Collar
One of
and
the
all.
Aristocats.
Um, uh,
Either way, my suggestion would be that we go deal with it very quickly. One, so that it doesn't spread this way on its own, and two, it gathers one isolated individual will give us some additional intel on the sorts of enemies we might be facing and the technology used to create them.
Well, if anybody here is very good at tracking something through dense forest in the dead of night,
We are.
I don't believe that.
Perhaps
It's true. This time it's true, Till.
I mean, to be fair,
Could
when you
you-
think about it, it is a hive of bees that has lived on a world that has never known daylight
Yeah,
I mean,
and tracks
but
through
he's
marsh.
also but they have also consistently claimed to be able to do literally everything. So
I mean, yeah.
rolling the statistics on this one, Till does not believe that.
They did say this time it's true, Till.
Yeah, yes.
No, but seriously, they're really good at tracking.
Yeah.
I mean, I've played a lot of hide and go seek back at home when it's a very foresty place. How hard can it be?
Also, if
No
it's
hide and
wandering,
seek.
if it's wandering aimlessly, killing whatever gets in its way, I imagine if we make enough noise, it'll come to us regardless.
That's a valid point too.
that's one thing that I was thinking as well. If one of the 2-3 flyers flew out past for a bit further away and dropped off some sort of explosive, it could draw it that way. Or
I could make a little noisemaker. Not
or
even explosive.
along with that, we could contact O'Donnell. They left, haven't they?
Yeah, they've gone.
O'Donnell, so we can contact O'Donnell and Solend and let them know that there's a creature within striking distance of their settlement, and to let their city guard or their wall watch know, at least, so they're not caught unaware should it make its way this way, if we don't go out tonight.
I do feel like the information. I feel like it's good to warn them regardless, in case it gets past us. But the information we could glean on our potential enemies would be very valuable.
Well, I don't see super well in the dark, so I don't know if we have anything that can mitigate that. That's not going to light the entire forest up. And I mean, we are sort of trying to draw attention, but just a thought.
That was the
Um,
only one you spotted in the area?
Only one that I spotted, yes. I feel like if there were a number of things scattered about shooting off energy weapons in the dark of night, even not being able to see super well, I would have noticed. But
Well, we could always borrow some
Aw.
helmets from the local guards.
That's sad. It's probably lonely.
I think if it was lonely, it wouldn't murder anything it came across.
Maybe it just needs a hug.
It's been giving several things hugs all night.
I mean,
Right.
that's like
I don't
It's
think
in
we
the-
have the same definition of a hug.
it's in the wild. Like that kind of. There's not a lot of hugging going on out there, right?
not unless you're
There's
a
not a lot
constrictor
of-
snake.
Like when you see something when you're an animal and you see something in the wild, usually it's a lot of rah rah and
Mhm.
claw claw. So it's probably just lonely.
I can't tell if you're making this statement in honesty or just as a joke.
Honestly,
She doesn't know either.
I do think that we
I
could
thought it was
learn-
honestly, but now I'm questioning myself.
I do think we could learn quite a bit from getting our hands on this creature and dealing with it, but given the trail that it's been leaving behind, if you're comfortable, if you think you know the area, could find
I
the
can-
area where you've last seen it,
Get
We
back
could-
to the general direction at least, and then
yes, we could do it first thing in the morning.
What if it's moved on? What if it's come to town? What if it's gone somewhere else by then?
That is the.
It's just I, like Till, can't see very well in the dark.
Well, so the thing is, at least from what I'm hearing from Till, it's finding targets one by one, which means it's probably not going to head to town. As far as not facing it tonight, we're probably safest here.
Oh, it's.
it doesn't seem to be proceeding with any particular agenda. It's taking targets of opportunity as it stumbles across them, it looks like.
And then,
Which
from
means
the
that it
sounds of
still wouldn't come to town.
Well, from the sounds of it, it moves randomly after it deals with the target. I pick up a small like lug nut and screw and sort of attach them together, and then put it down bolt side down and spin it, and it just sort of wobbles but it spins. What are the chances that will point in any given direction when it lands? And I reach it and I sort of like bump the table and it ping ting 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 and just ends up pointing in a random direction.
And then Mistel tackles it before it can point in a direction.
My point proven. There's no
It
telling.
didn't point in a direction.
I mean, it's
There's no
currently
telling-
pointing wherever you landed on it.
Oh,
Wherever it goes is entirely by chance. There's no more likelihood it will or won't arrive here. And while it's perfectly entirely possible that the guards will deal with it, we may lose valuable information.
Could you make another one of those tracking things? Maybe we could go off and find it, put a tracker on it, and then keep tabs on it that way.
Possibly, but that would require getting up close and personal with it.
We can do that.
I mean, if we're hell bent on going to fight this thing in the dark, we may as well go now.
maybe we
Also-
should vote on it.
Also, I can help with the darkness a little bit.
We
I
can
mean,
too.
you're probably right, Mistel.
Yeah. All in favor of going out tonight?
Hand up.
Bzzz.
Is that a yes from Bees?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was excited buzzing.
We seem to be outvoted.
Regroup and gather in the morning. I head out to the area Till last saw it. Bees, you can take over tracking from there.
Okay.
I will point out we are also going to be going to tour the palace in the morning for investigative purposes.
I'm sure we'll have some extra time at some point.
Yes, if this creature is as close to the city as, well, at least the last site, it may be easy enough to find it, deal with it, and get back in time to still later in the day have the tour.
Honestly, I don't. If we're waiting until the morning, I doubt we'll be able to find it in the morning. Things that move.
Not
randomly.
necessarily. It might be easier to track in the morning.
I have a suspicion that once it gets done killing whatever's nearby, enough that the wildlife has a sense of what's in the area and leaves it alone, it's going to pick a direction and walk until it can't find anything else. And at that
It'll
point, we
eventually
will
have to
find
sleep,
it.
presumably.
It's a fiend.
Yeah, it's
You
the
realize that
magic
you've
thing.
never seen Jasira sleep.
It's a fiend. Not everything in
have
this
the
not
same.
everything in this galaxy sleeps, Gideon. In fact, it
Yeah,
sort of
really?
points towards Kendall.
Huh?
Do you not sleep?
You don't sleep?
I sleep. Well, I
Seems to be so
trance,
bad.
which is sleep, kind of, sort of, a little.
And then I
It's
point towards
sleep.
Tolbar.
It's sleep-esque.
Tolbar's not alive.
That depends on your definition of alive, Skier
It's
Tolbar
not
says.
breathing.
Yeah, but okay, but
You're
Tolbar
not
is a
breathing.
sentient machine. Like that's not the same thing.
And these fiends are sentient, basically energy. Outside of Zarheim.
Huh. Well, in
Alright.
that case,
So the plan
is
is
this thing? Sorry, my one more question: is this thing as important as what's in the palace, or do we think this thing is as important as what's in the palace?
Definitively not.
It's
it's
something
more- it's-
we're going to have to deal with, though. But yeah.
Then I think rest is more important now, considering we have people who are going to need that rest more than others.
No, it's.
But then
not-
we're gonna do the fun thing first and then the boring thing later, right?
To be clear, I don't think.
Prioritize these.
To be clear, I don't think the creature dealing with the creature is a necessity in any sense. If we don't deal with it, the trained soldiers will. I'm simply thinking that it would be a valuable source of information. I'd rather walk into a den full of fiend hybrids with information than without. And if we don't find a laboratory or extensive notes hidden in the palace somewhere, we may have lost the ability to get some additional information as to how these things are kitted out. May have. Again, randomness. It might just spin in a circle all night. But the odds are equally good that we never find it again.
Does that change anyone else's vote? Okay. Well, I guess it doesn't matter.
The decision has been made. Consequences have been issued.
We will warn, send out the message to warn the wall that there's a creature with a mile or two rough direction.
Yeah, they'll make sure that the patrols are extra attentive tonight to keep an eye out.
Hey guys, not that this is any of our business, but there's a demon about a mile outside the wall in generally that direction. Cool.
But like, it could come at the town from literally any direction if it decides to come here, just for the record.
So you all get a long
don't
rest.
like make yourselves look particularly, appetizing.
Yes, y'all get a long rest.
And you all awaken in the morning. Are you going hunting or heading to the palace first?
Hunting.
Yeah.
Hunting.
It'll take...
It's the bees.
We'll see how long it'll take for the palace to be prepared, because apparently they wanted to set things up for us. In the meantime, perhaps our flyers can go see if they can locate the creature.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Phil?
Okay.
While they
Let's
do
do it.
that, I have find vehicle prepared. That only it, and I realize that it only lasts 8 hours. It's not permanent like find steed. So we have 1, 2, 3.
That's rough as a non-ritual caster.
Well,
Yeah.
it automatically, like, find steed is a vehicle, is a mount just for you, where find vehicle is like,
That's
Yeah,
fair.
here's something
That's-
that carries a bunch of people.
Yeah,
That's
because
fair.
that's if those two are going to be flying up above, we can follow them. I'll make like an off-road truck that we can follow underneath them with and lead the city that way.
That's fair.
How long do you think there were going to be between the two things?
It'll depend on if they can even find the creature.
Well,
As to the investigation, I'm not certain. It seems like a large structure from outside, but who knows? It
Does
might
it
be
mean how
largely
long-
facades.
How long are you going to be looking for?
Well, long enough to be comfortable saying there's nothing there.
yes, if it looks like it's been moving away from the city, I think we can turn back after a couple hours.
Oh,
If-
I would agree with that. Yeah.
if-
okay.
Is there something?
No, I was just saying I could fly, but only for about 20 minutes.
Well, if we get near it, you could use that to help locate it. More eyes up above is better than
Okay, I can go with that side then. Cool.
in the truck until we get near the site.
Okay.
All right.
Right, well, let them take
All
off
right.
ahead. We'll go check with Solus and follow after.
That's good.
You may want to also check in with our Sarheim expert,
Correct. Just
but I'll be on comms for whatever we find.
And so will I.
I don't have a com.
We're going to need to fix that at some point.
I'll
How much
stay
do-
near you guys.
How much does a comm cost, William?
2 gold. Planetary is 15.
Considering that I make 50 gold worth of crap a day, can I just like hammer one together really quick?
I mean, it would take a few hours. Like, it's not a thing that you can just throw together.
Okay, I'll do it
Needs
in the
to
car
be a
ride.
Mistral-sized one.
Can we buy one?
This is probably one of the few places in the galaxy we can't buy one.
That's a good point.
They're still operating. They're still operating on like car phone technology.
We have a car.
We do have a car. Mistel's on the other end of that particular connection, though.
All right.
Yeah. So, I guess that then to vocalize the plan firmly, then that the idea is that our flyers will go out ahead. The rest of us will check in with Solus about what the plans are for the day, and then follow after.
Yeah.
And
Sounds
I'm
good.
going in a vehicle of some kind with the flyers.
Yep.
The vehicles.
Just
The vehicles
that's what we
are
I
need
thought
to
you were
roll.
in vehicle with us until we got to the site. And
He
then
absolutely misunderstood that.
I can't make flying vehicles yet.
I mean, I feel like when they start flying, she's just going to get out and start following them on foot.
Oh, if Till sees that happening, he'll stop.
Oh, you're
and
already
let-
gone flying.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
Baruch would be like, hey, what
Huh?
when we get to where the dead bodies that it was killing, then you can fly and start looking.
We can get out now and start walking.
Oh.
And Kendall was never seen again.
Space.
I mean, if you'd like, it's quite a bit of a walk, Kendall. I don't know if you'd like to make that on foot.
That's true. I don't want to break. Okay, sure. That's a fair point. That is good point. Good thinking out, Goltarn. It's not like I only brought like 3 pairs of shoes, so
And we'd hate to break the heels on any of them.
exactly.
Mm.
He gets back in.
So we're checking
the
in with
Soul
Solus
End.
first.
Soul End.
Soul End.
This is an Inquisition.
So you find Marcus. You're directed by some of his guards to where he's sort of gearing up a group of soldiers who are about to head into the palace.
Marcus, General.
Ah, yes, adventurous. That's
Oh.
nice. Yes.
Yes. Was there any word about the creature that had been spotted outside the walls?
We haven't seen it.
Hmm.
Our guards were diligent, but did not see any sign of it getting close.
We were thinking about going to do a quick scan of the area it was last seen and then returning before heading into the palace. Do you have any idea how long it'll take for preparations for us to go inside?
We just want to do a quick sweep of the place. You have a few hours.
Okay. Well, then we will take care of that and return here. Hopefully you'll be done by the time we get back.
Mm-hmm. Good fortune.
And to you as well. Turn, look. Do you know how to drive this Farouche?
Yes.
Good.
Wouldn't summon it if I didn't. Hang on.
Doesn't the spell literally give you proficiency with it?
It gives me proficiency with it.
Ah!
Yeah, there's
What
There's the thing for
what
it.
you've done is link to the PDF.
Yep. Well, yeah, I tried copy and pasting it, did not format correctly, and I did not want to spend the time to fix it.
Fair.
So yeah, drive respectfully through town, and then as soon as we hit the gates, just slam on the gas.
Damn the gas.
So in the car is me, Tulbar, Kendall, Varouche, and Bees.
Correct.
Because flying is Till, Gideon, and Mistel.
The bee's not flying?
Bees can't fly for that long.
Okay.
bees can fly for that long. The armor that houses them cannot.
Yeah. We that's true. We fly all day. We just can't do it, away from the hive for that long. We get lost
Gotcha.
and dizzy.
And also can't lift the hive.
Not yet. I think next level I can.
Oh boy.
We get a flight speed soon.
Nice.
Anyways,
So yeah,
I also get a flight speed next level. Isn't that interesting?
as soon as we
Almost like it's balanced that way.
are on
Sorry.
our way out, I'll ping
Mine
the
isn't.
the comm for Till and Gideon. Say that we're on our way.
So
Directions would be nice.
so cutting away from that for a minute. Let's go over what you guys have found.
Okay.
Nothing.
Roll me a survival check real quick, just to see how long it takes you to find this trail.
Who's got the highest survival rating?
I
Because mine's
think
4
of the
of
flyers.
the 3 flyers.
Mine is the same as yours.
Okay.
So,
And
I will
Mistle's
check.
currently
I will.
being distracted-
Miss is
Mistle's
currently
being
dealing with a
distracted by
child, so I will check.
right. Yep.
Almost like you should have brought the ranger.
You can't fly.
if the ranger could fly,
Could carry me. Don't be lazy.
Missiles is only +2.
Okay. You want to make it with advantage then, Camille?
oh, I didn't even think about advantage.
Anytime
but yeah.
Camille has rolled with advantage, that's been a bad play.
This
Right.
one wasn't too bad.
18.
Hang on, I have to reload my Roll20 real quick because it was freaking out. I was requesting that I log in whenever I tried to open someone's character sheet.
Sure, Jan.
So with an 18, child.
Yeah, that's Richard. What? I'm sorry. Did I need to roll something?
No, we were just checking survival modifiers.
Okay.
So with an 18, Gideon, you're searching for a bit, and then you get a very clear indicator that this thing is nearby. As you find yourself, you travel a little bit away from the forest and find yourself on one of the main roads leading to the city. And you find the remains of what looks to have been a caravan.
Nice.
As you get close, you find a pair of dead horses and about a half dozen adults, some men, some women, all butchered.
Wow. Does it look like they put up a fight?
Several of them have weapons in hand, but these are not anywhere near the level of the people from the city. These are people who are wielding like medieval style long swords and spears.
Like weapons to chase away like small predators and animals, not anything up to taking
Weapons
care of a fiend.
weapons that would be suitable for fighting a bandit
Right.
or a bear.
Not a
Right.
half fiend super soldier.
Right.
Right. This
okay,
thing's officially named Demon Steve Rogers.
All right, well, first of all, I'm going to tell Till that, like, what I found. Are we flying close to each other?
You're presumably flying together, so you find it as a
we
group.
would all find
Okay,
it together.
Minstrel's there too.
Yep.
Cool. Well, can we discern a direction that it went after this?
The bodies are relatively fresh. They've only been laying here for a couple of hours. So, based on that survival check, it's sort of wandered off somewhere in a direction that is further down the road. You can sort of see the blood splatter of its footprints on the road as it sort of wanders off about southeast-ish.
Towards or away from the town? Are we about to hit a bump?
Away, it's wandering away from the city itself. It's going further down the road away.
Roosh, gun it.
So I'll report that back over comms, and
that's
tell them what
about
direction we're heading.
when that as you're finding that scene is about when Varush comms towards you to see what's going
Mistel,
on.
can you check for survivors? See if anybody's still alive down there. It's unlikely, but
Okay. Mr. will check for any signs of life.
Roll perception.
and Till will start at the other end and sort of try and meet her in the middle.
So as that report comes over the radio.
Sorry, I still had advantage on. Six.
You don't find any signs of life. You do find that they apparently had been a caravan bringing food into the city. They had what looks to be a variety of fruits and vegetables to bring into town.
No one's alive.
I was afraid of that.
Is this our fault? Could this have been prevented if we went out last night to find it?
That is a very slippery slope that we do not go down.
I'm already down
Yeah.
it.
There's no guarantee that we would have been able to find this thing. None of us can see in the dark. And there's certainly no guarantee that we would have caught up to it before them.
I can see in the dark.
4 of us can see in the dark.
Oh,
There's no guarantee
Well-
that our efforts would have stopped this. No. Gideon is correct in this case.
when I said none of us, I was talking about the 3 of us who fly.
I can see in the dark.
I didn't know that.
Gideon questions some of the choices he's made over the last couple weeks.
I mean, there's also that.
And this is not our
well,
fault. The blame
so-
for this
No.
lies at the hands of the people who made this thing.
Okay.
So after the report comes through the communicator, Coltarn just clicks it on. Well, we found out which direction it fell. Random chance. Can you tell which direction?
I guess
Can you tell which direction it's going?
yes, southeast, away from town.
We're on the way. Wait for us.
Roger, Roger.
We'll be there.
You're on a much faster vehicle. It doesn't take long for the off-road vehicle to make it.
Watch me hit this sweet jump.
In the
That was a
meantime,
horse!
did this caravan
enough.
have any tools with it?
It looked like they were mostly just merchants and guards.
All right.
They didn't seem to have anything but the goods they were bringing, which appears to have mostly been fruits and vegetables from somewhere,
Okay.
probably some
Is there-
farming community down the road.
They
Did
don't.
any of their,
Do they even have a shovel?
They have swords and spears and a little bit of armor and some whatever the coin currency of this planet is.
Okay.
They have like hammers to fix. They have the tools necessary to fix a wagon if it breaks down.
Okay.
Which does not include
Nope.
shovels.
Does not. Nope. Till's just gonna start gathering bodies and clearing the roadway then as best he can.
I said it's about a half dozen individuals.
real quick. Yeah, I found it this morning. Real quick before we go on, the food that they were carrying, does any of it seem to still be like intact, like, or have their supplies been ransacked, or?
Nope, their supplies are slightly jostled. A couple of them are a little bit bloodstained based on where someone was murdered at, but they haven't like been gone through or anything.
Cool. Real quick, the vehicle that they're coming in, is it like just a transport, or is there any storage space in it?
It's not got it's got some, but not a lot.
And it's a
Mm.
like a wagon of some sort, you were saying, right? With the horses and whatnot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
How far away from town are we?
I mean, for the vehicle, like 20 minutes.
All right. Do we have common information for the people in town,
Yeah.
like guards? Okay, so I'm gonna contact the guards or somebody in town, whoever we can get, and let them know about this, and let them know that the food is here. But they should probably send, some sort of trained outfit to go with whoever picks it up in case they get ambushed.
And you get confirmation from one of the guard dispatchers that they'll send out a retrieval unit. And they'll also pick up the bodies for proper burial.
Awesome.
Yeah, there's about a half dozen individuals here. What looks to be 2 humans, a pair of orcs, and 1 halfling and 1 why am I forgetting the name? 1 troll.
I will report all of that the best I can. Like, I'll give them as much information as I can so they know exactly what they're looking for.
Sorry, a gnome and a troll. Sorry.
Okay.
No, we arrive.
Yeah, and the rest of you arrive in the vehicle.
All right. Is that would they have been able to get the wagon off the road, or with Till and Gideon and Mistle?
The 3 of them are not the strongest people.
Baruch, let's move this off the road at least, so it's not an impedance.
All right.
Go
The
over.
suspension in the truck noticeably lifts as all 3 of the characters get out.
Yes, as Baruch, Coltar, and Tolbar get out.
It just goes.
It's sitting like a foot higher than it was previously.
Yeah.
We'll go move the cart off the road so it's not in the way of other carts that might come by.
The 3 of you push it off to the side.
I think am I muted?
No, you're good.
No, we can hear
Not
you.
now.
Okay. Yeah, I think I may have been before. Bees is looking around to see if they can see any wildlife.
In the vicinity, you don't see any like immediately around.
Okay.
Bees, do you want to look at these tracks and see if you can figure out where this thing's headed?
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. And we will also see if there's anything, any wildlife, anything around. Woo, doggy, 24.
So with the 24, immediately you're able to find the trail that the rest of them had a vague idea of. And like as they're all looking for the ground for like footprints, you also notice that as it walks, it sort of wanders and tilts into the woods, and you can tell because there are points where it just kind of casually with a claw scraped a furrow in a tree, as if just it enjoys the casual inflicting of damage.
Okay. I will point that out. Anything around that's had its nest wrecked up?
There's definitely like a few birds' nests that have been like fallen to the ground as limbs were chopped by a random hand as it walked by, but you can't find any sign of the birds themselves.
Okay. So they weren't killed. It just has sort of strolled through and scared them off, it would seem.
Yeah, they definitely seem to have fled. You don't see any like bird corpses anywhere.
Okay. All right. Let me know if that changes.
And we know it doesn't eat things when it kills them. So
Right. Looks like it's this way.
All right.
We will start heading along the tracks.
Do we want to the rest of the group? Do we want to be quiet or draw it to us?
I feel that if we can find a position where the ground will be to our advantage, baiting it into our own ambush as best we can might be wise.
I could agree with that, especially because if we just try to catch up to it, and there's a good chance it realizes we're trying to catch up to it and it ambushes us.
And as I was shadowing it last night, those palm blasters that it has, they weren't like artillery level scale or anything. It's not.
No, they seem to be
Right.
like personal scale weapons.
Okay. Yeah. Mhm.
Is it equally overcast today? That's sort of a perpetual thing on this.
Yeah,
planet,
it's
right?
just a thing on this planet because of the cloud of debris in orbit.
Got it. Okay.
Like even when there's no clouds in the sky, it's just kind of overcast.
What is the visibility like? I guess maybe from a mechanical standpoint, does it count as low light or?
It's still full light. It's not like Nocturna that like actively never sees a full day. Like
Okay.
it's perpetually dim light on Nocturna or just absolute darkness. It's still full light. It's just like, you've been outside on an overcast day. You can see everything just fine. There's just no sign of the sun.
Sure. I just wanted to get a mental picture. Okay, thank you.
Well,
So unless anybody stops them or unless we find something more significant, bees are just following along the trail.
in that case, similar split, flyers ahead, us on the ground. We'll walk. That way we're not catching up too fast.
Yes, and if you spot it ahead of us, you should be able to pick out if there's any spot to ambush it as well.
So don't
Draw it back to us.
Don't overextend yourself. Yeah, well, yes, it might ambush us, but we're a larger group together than an individual going out of their way to try to find something small.
Mistel hasn't been paying attention to any of this. She's still sitting next to like two of the bodies, like kind of trying to hold the hand of one of them.
I'm gonna go over to Mistel. Sit down next to her.
She'll
Mistel,
look up at you. Time.
it's sad what happened here,
Mhm.
but we need to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Okay. They need a proper burial.
They'll get it. Their people are on the way.
Okay.
Now let's go get it before it wanders into someone else.
All right.
I point toward Till and Gideon. Go off with them. Find it.
Okay. She will take off.
Stand back up.
Gideon's with her.
Now, are you guys following bees or going off ahead of bees?
We're gonna go ahead of bees in the air, just try to see if we can spot it in the air.
Okay.
And see if they can spot a good spot for an ambush while Bees is following it.
Hill's going to try and be in a place where he can he's probably going to be over top of bees, trying to keep an eye on everybody as the kind of aerial link.
Aerial coordination.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So,
I'm gonna have my laser bow out.
I just, as I sort of walk back towards the rest of the group and begin to follow towards Bees, just reach up and adjust some of the cording on the arm and just flex the arm a little bit. There's a discharge of electricity as the taser gauntlet activates.
So Gideon and Mistel roll me perception. Till roll me.
So
Coordination.
Insight.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Honestly, yes. Roll me insight.
Oh, okay. Cool. Something I actually am good at. 21.
Cool. So, Till, you're doing a decent enough job of keeping everybody coordinated so that nobody's like getting completely cut off from the rest of the group. Seeing
Awesome.
I got 20 on my
moments when
perception.
someone wants to pull off, and then just kind of calling them back a little bit, making sure they don't get too far away. With a 28 perception, Gideon, you do find what looks to be a open clearing, which strikes you as probably better terrain for fighting this thing than anywhere in the middle of dense forest. And it's also
Is
away
there
from the road.
are there any is there somewhere that I can perch within that clearing, or on the outside of that clearing, so that I can be able to set myself up?
Yeah, you can definitely find like a perch on the edge of it.
Cool. All right. Then I will call that back and report as much information as I can, as much information as I think is pertinent and useful. As far as like why I think this is a good place.
Right.
So
All right.
Ian relays to all of you that he's found a good clearing that looks like a spot that's away from the road and not in the middle of dense forest where this thing can get to drop on anyone. Like there's some trees around, but there's a good amount of open space.
We have a few of us prepare on the edges of the clearing. The remaining flyers, see if they can possibly get an eye on it, or we could start making noise to draw it this way.
Actually,
I think I have the perfect tool to do such a thing, but I don't know. I've never tried it in a wooded area, so I don't know how well the noise will travel.
I was thinking Miss Fairchild could just scream.
That could probably work as well.
that
Beans,
would
Beans, that's
I feel the need to point out that would put Kendall in the middle of an open field by herself, screaming for a fiend to come eat her.
Yes, but I'm assuming the thing is not capable of simply translocating itself directly on top of her instantaneously. We'll be able to modify that situation before anything happens.
You did say it was preternaturally fast and has blasters in its hands.
also
Oh,
she
yes.
won't be alone and in the middle. She
Right.
can just scream. It's fairly sorry, Kendall, you're fairly loud.
Yeah.
It's handy
Yeah.
when we
I
need to
mean,
find
real
you.
shit is real. Like, she's
I mean,
loud.
that's
I don't know what
fair.
to say.
We
Till,
can hide all around Kendall in the middle of the field.
with,
That as well.
based on where Bees is indicating it to be, could you find us a roundabout path to get to the clearing Gideon is in?
Certainly.
So that we don't run into it before we get to the clearing.
Shouldn't be too difficult.
Let's do that first. To get there first, then determine how we're going to drag it out.
Right then.
Does it seem like we're getting close to it? Sorry.
Yeah, you definitely seem to be gaining ground.
Was Mistel with Gideon?
Yes.
Okay, then at this point she's just sitting on his shoulder.
I like the idea that, Gideon's flying, kind of Superman style, but with wings, and Mistel's just between his shoulder blades like she's riding a dragon or something.
It's like the never ending story.
Right,
except
exactly.
Bastion
Gideon
Bastion
is
a really-
Falcor, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but and Mistel is a very, very sad Bastion. It's just yeah.
Yes.
And yeah, like from what Gideon, not Gideon, from what Till saw of the last night, this thing does not it doesn't seem like it's in a hurry to get anywhere. It's just kind of taking a staggering gait to go places.
Yeah, so should be easy enough for us to get around.
Say that as I'm in ceramic armor.
That's why we're
It
going around, not to.
it doesn't seem to move fast until it finds prey. Then it moves fast.
But yeah, Till will try and navigate everybody from the air to the clearing.
Assuming we get there, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So go ahead and pick your spots.
Pick your location. Do we have an idea of where, in relation to this clearing, the thing is?
It's somewhere like on this map south.
Okay, so it'll be coming from the south.
Yeah.
Is
What
that
is
road?
the-
Is that road actually there or no?
It's more of like a dirt path. It's not actually a road.
Okay.
Like it's not the road that people pass through. It's just kind of like a faintly beaten path from
Little
occasional
little
travel.
little game trail.
Yeah.
Actually. I'm gonna go here and put toll bar here. That way we have, no matter which direction it comes from, we have a pincer movement.
And Till's up a tree. And then he'll lean over. Miss Fairchild, would you like to be off the ground or on the ground?
As I can climb.
I can give you a hand if you like.
Oh, sure.
So he'll give you advantage on your athletics, I guess, or whatever.
William, chat.
Yes, that would indeed.
Hey, you got 11. Climb a tree.
Yep, you were able to climb. So, once everyone's found their position, before we begin with this, we'll go ahead and take a quick break.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and take our break. Those of you that are watching, please stay tuned for these commercial matches. And remember, when we take our break, you take your break. Remember to stand up, stretch your legs, grab a drink, grab food, use the bathroom, whatever you need to do. We'll be right back. We're back. A dinosaur story.
Varouche, you're sitting like literally where I had the token for the monster on the GM layer, and so I just saw your name with the monster's face over it. I was like,
Surprise,
wait a minute.
guys! I've lured you all out here.
He was the imposter all along.
Yes.
Yeah, Varouche, are you going
Always
to
I'm
the
not
cop.
lost in the woods with you. You're lost in the woods with me.
So, Varouche, everyone has gotten into ambush spots.
I moved my token several times.
I was gonna say, was Kendall gonna stay on the ground or was she going up
No,
a tree?
she's up.
Okay.
Yeah, Varouche is on the ground. Here, I'll do this. There. I found it again, didn't I?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. I
So,
did. You just moved it.
So, the group of you get into your positions. How are you going to try and attract its attention?
Signal up to Kendall.
Oh wait, that was real?
I thought you wanted to be involved.
I thought you were joking.
I'm sure we can do something else.
Okay.
But if you want to, this one's up to you.
She takes the deepest breath she can. I
on to something.
apologize to those people who were within 5 feet of her.
I
Bees and tail.
I ready my bow for the first snapping twig that comes from the ground level.
And she screams as loud and long as she can. And it's a thing.
I've readied my gun and my fist. We'll see which one hits first.
All right, so I'm going to clear the initiative tracker. Everybody roll me initiative.
That's way too small of a circle for spiked growth, Craig.
19 for
Is it
two.
20-foot radius or circumference? I can't remember. I mean, or-
Radius.
Radius.
Oh, yeah,
Always roll
then it's
badly.
half the size.
Might not want to do that when several of us are going to be in melee.
Yeah, like I've said before, nobody's had the tactics talk with bees yet. So guess what?
Bees, you need to pick up your Legos.
Y'all are up in trees, right?
Nope.
Some of us are, but most of us are not.
Tolbar and
maybe not most
Koltar
of us.
are very explicitly on the ground.
Yep. At least
Bruce, can you scoot like just a little?
Roll 20 is being stupid, guys. Give me.
There you go. Thank you, Varouche.
Just step back as I notice the grass just out from the center out. Just start to.
There's just a little ripple running through it, just a little one. Ooh, that'll do.
Oh yeah, initiative. That's the thing I should roll, isn't it?
It'll sort of do.
Good solid 10 there.
Well, that should be a 13 out of 14.
I think that might be my first high initiative roll this campaign.
Who are we missing? I think we're just missing.
Just me, because stuff.
Oh, and Gideon. Let me.
There we go.
Sorry, what?
Initiative.
Yeah, my roll 20 was being stupid. I'm reloading.
Reloading. Oh, I'm not gonna do that.
I refreshed like 3 times, and it wouldn't let me click on my token to be able to do initiative.
We'll use wander initiative rules. I'll just lay out a series of cards
Yeah.
to determine who goes from there.
Well, if you keep having trouble, let me know and I can roll for you.
Come on. I think I was getting ready to tell a lie. Like, I think I got it, and I think I need you to roll for me.
All right.
Well,
1 sec. Gideon. Why the fuck are you doing this again? Fucking. Why is Roll20 telling me to log in to open someone's character sheet?
probably the same reason it's not letting me click my token. So,
All right, now then. Initiative. 14 for Gideon.
you could have. Oh my goodness. You know what? I'm about to lose my shit on real fun.
Yeah. But as you all prepare yourselves and as Kendall lets out a scream that sends birds flying in distress,
Somewhere on the other side of the planet, a dog has just randomly started barking.
you start to hear the sound of dirt being pounded and wood cracking. And
Very well done, Miss Fairshot.
Thanks.
at the top of the initiative order,
Mop.
individual arrives. As he rushes 5, 10, and sees people. See what his target priority looks like.
We're like 15 feet up a tree, right?
Hmm.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see. You probably can't tell because you have sight on everything. There is a tree. Between Tolbar
there's a
and-
tree between Tolbar. You can't see Tolbar, but
Yeah, you can more easily see Coltarn and Varouche, though.
so he takes a step in, not realizing that it's a spiked growth.
Whee!
Should I go ahead and roll?
Yeah, go ahead and roll. Roll 44 because he takes two shifts in.
Okay. I don't know why that didn't do it twice. Hold on.
5.
And another
so
5.
10. So 10. Good. Realizes what's going on underneath him. Sort of runs forward, feels the ground sort of stabbing into his feet, looks down, looks up, looks across at Varouche.
My held action go off.
Yep. Fire.
Do I also get to shoot?
Ah, damn it.
Hang on.
Oh wait, can we all have held actions or no?
He's the only one who called it, so
Yeah,
I did say I had my
yeah,
gun
John
ready
did
to
too.
shoot. I said I had my gun ready to shoot and my fist ready to punch, whichever became more relevant first. Basically,
and you
held
can
attack
also
action.
fire.
It matrix dodged my laser bolt. That's my story.
Good story.
Was a 14 hit?
That also misses. So it runs into this clearing, stepping into a few feet of the spiked growth, and both Coltarn and Varouche, as it stops and looks at Varouche, both of you fire at it at once. The laser bolt coming at it from the front, and Coltarn firing at its back, and it just in this brief instant as bullets fly, its torso just sort of twists at almost like a 90-degree angle and tilts downward, and both shots just pass by it. Almost too fast to keep track. You sort of get that after image effect in your eyes as it moves faster than your eyes can keep an eye on it, can keep track of it.
Well, that's a lot of bullshit right there.
X.
And then it's going to start its multi-attack. It will use its diving kick ability before it uses its multi-attack. So it leaps up to its movement speed towards the enemy creature. If it lands within 5 feet of that target, then must make a DC 12 strength save or be knocked prone. So it's going to leap 30 feet right there. And it lands next to Varouche. It needs to make a strength save.
I'm assuming because it's a jump, it doesn't pass through the spiked growth technically.
Yeah. That's why it stopped and looked for a person to jump to.
I got a 12.
The DC was 12.
Nicely done.
You are not knocked prone.
Yeah.
That's good.
And then it's going to attack you with its claws.
That's not good.
8 misses you.
Correct.
Welcome to Stardust Vaudeville era.
Does 16 hit you?
16 is my AC.
You take 12 points of slashing damage. As it leaps at you with its foot outstretched, it crashes into you. You manage to keep your footing, and it brings its claw down. But you manage to push one aside with the haft of the bow, but the second one just digs into your side. Bees, you're up.
All right. So I'm also up in the tree. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to. Yeah, I'll take a shot at it.
Are you in a hunter's market, maybe?
No, because then I'd have to drop spike growth. You know what? No, I'm gonna. Let's see. Nah, I'm gonna take a shot at it with my crossbow. Crossbee. Haha. Okay. So 23.
Can't dodge that. So yes, that hits.
6 points of damage, and it needs to make a strength saving throw, please.
Oh, what effect is this?
Gathered swarm. I'm trying to drag it.
Okay. So it rolls a natural 1.
Oh.
All right, so it goes 15 feet towards the center of the swarm. I mean, towards the center of the spike growth.
Oops. I grabbed that. Hang on. Control Z. 10, 15.
Why, yes, I will roll through a 64. 15.
Nice.
I'm going to take another shot. Take my second attack. Mhm. 12. Probably not
Yeah.
so good.
So it's surprised when a bunch of bees just swarm up to it and sting it and start to drag it around, and it sort of starts to thrash a little bit, and then it looks up and its glowing red cyclopean eye locks with your hive bees. And the second shot, it just kind of twists to the side.
Okay. Oh, I would also like to make it my favorite. It's my favorite foe, if I may.
Mm.
Can I still do that, or do I
Yeah.
need to land another hit? Okay. 4 points.
I'll say
of
you
damage
could have
from-
done it on your first hit.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping. So 4 points of damage from that, and then bonus action of a third crossbow attack, thanks to Crossbow Master. Damn it, another 12. Rolling
Yeah.
on par for this campaign.
So many 12s.
You fire a particularly large weaponized bee at it, and its hand just reaches out and grasps it and crushes it.
Hey.
Till,
and
you're up.
That's my turn. Yeah.
Okay. Till's gonna take a shot with his revolver. 27 to hit.
That hits, yes.
Okay. 9 ballistic damage, and we're gonna spend a key point for stunning strike on this one. So that would be a con save.
12.
That is a failure.
It is, however, going to use one of its legendary resistances.
Okay, sounds good. So it is not currently stuck. But I do get a second attack. 18 to hit.
That would hit, however, it's going to use its reaction for swaying dodge, which increases its AC. As you fire as the first one hits it and it staggers for a minute, and you see the red light in its eye blaze brighter than normal, and then it focuses and looks up at you, and it can see your second shot coming, and it fires. You fire it directly at its face, and it just bends like backwards, like head to the ground backwards, and then back up to a standing position.
Right. Offhand pistol, 22 to hit.
That will hit them even with their dodge.
Another 5 ballistic, and we will spend 1 more key point to attempt a stunning strike again.
14.
My DC is 15 because it's Dex plus proficiency plus 8, right?
Yes.
Yep, because I've got a 4, a 3, and an 8. So
stunning is bad, so it will use its second and final legendary resistance to not be stunned.
Okay. That is reasonable. And then Till's gonna lean over. Bees, you may want to call the variety of your hive back. Coltarn and Skirtolbar will have trouble getting up close to it if they have to wade through your colony.
Oh.
Same goes for Varouche, technically, although he may use his bow, but still. And that's Till's turn.
Gideon.
Can I drop concentration when
So-
it's not my turn? Sorry.
I will say that you can drop concentration without an action, but for it to happen not when you take damage, it does need to be on your turn.
Thanks.
So I cannot see the map at all. Roll20 is being a straight up asshole. But I can roll. So I just need to know, is it far enough away from me that I can feel comfortable shooting?
Yeah, you can absolutely feel free to shoot it.
Okay.
So you're
All right,
saying
cool.
the only way for me to cross that spike growth is to shoot bees.
I mean, yeah, so you shoot bees and he willingly fails his con save. But I feel like when you cast a concentration spell, there is sort of a like you need to man up and accept the consequences for casting that spell for a bit, even if you suddenly realize you didn't want to.
No, that's fine. Like I said,
no, somebody 100% needs to have the tactics conversation with bees. That's
yeah.
what's happening.
I mean, this is how bees do.
Mm-hmm.
They are doing what bees do. So, okay. So I am, of course, going to headshot. 27, which is not fucking surprising at all. This is where we have the fucking problem.
Yeah, no, you've got your headshot on him, but actually he needs to roll stealth. I don't think he can make it. We can roll acrobatics, which is slightly better, but I don't think he can make it. Yeah, no, you have your headshot on him. Now you just have to hit him.
All right. 19.
19 hits, and he's used his reaction, so he can't sway and dodge.
Sweet. Okay. So then also, what am I up to? 3d6 now?
Should be, yeah.
I believe so.
So 5 plus 12.
17 damage. Nice. 70. What is that? 70 something. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, you hit him hard.
Wait.
76, that's what it is. Or no, 3. Varouche.
All right. I'm gonna hit a button on my bow and it folds back up and I stick it on my back pull out the heavy blade and yeah, bonus action. They're both concentration. Shit. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Compelled Duel on this creature. So charisma or wisdom saving throw, DC 15.
Charisma save?
Wisdom.
Wisdom save. 17.
Fuck.
So close.
So close. Bonus action. Main action, I'm gonna try to incite it back at me at least. To get back or to come back over here. I'm just gonna yell at it loudly and then take the heavy blade and just like slam it up against my chest to try to get its attention.
Yeah.
Roll intimidation just to see.
All right. 20.
It definitely seems to have noticed you.
All right. Was that my action?
I would say no, not really. I'd say that's your bonus action. No, you've already used bonus action. I'd say
Yeah, I
not
used my
really.
bonus
Not
action.
really.
Okay. Then I'll hold my attack action if it gets closer to me. 2 hits with the heavy blade.
Right. Go for it.
Well, it's got to get closer. Because I'm also going to yell for bees to please get rid of the other tiny bees.
The larva?
The ones on the grass that are stabbing.
That's still us. You can walk on us, we won't stab you. Just kidding, Verge, we will.
But yeah, I'll hold my action and if it comes closer.
All right. And then Coltarn.
So here's the thing.
Can't wait to see where this goes.
Spike growth normally looks like grass that's very dangerous if you see when it's cast. In this case, it's literally just a carpet of bees hiding in the grass. So Coltarn is assuming that bees will let him pass. Roll damage on me,
Ouch.
bees.
Yeah. All right. How far are you going? 1 in? Okay.
Yeah, as soon as he starts getting stabbed, as soon as he steps into it.
You can hear a tiny chorus from your feet of got him, got him, got him.
So as he's getting stabbed, looks up at the trees. Bees!
Hey, Coltarn.
And part of the reason that I say this, like whether or not you can drop concentration on someone else's turn is like one of the major debates about 5th edition because it's one of those rules situations that's not super clear.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, I think it's entirely fair.
But for me, it's the fact that A, this is all technically supposed to be the same 6 seconds, and B, even though you can do it at any time, not requiring an action, you have to do it, and your character is not doing things outside of their turn, barring their reaction.
Yeah, no, this is all like in the same 6-second conversation. Like Bees is getting yelled at by Till, Varush, and Coltarn at the same time. Like it's this is a chorus. This isn't yell, yell, then yell. This is.
And the portion of B's consciousness that is under the grass is like, yeah, we're fucking this guy up. He's all over the place.
So I stop moving while they continue to like stab at my shoes.
And like I feel like both decisions from a GM are equally valid on yes, you
Oh,
can
for
do
sure.
it out of your turn, and yes, you can't. But for me personally, I feel like the mechanical consequences of I can drop concentration at any point on someone else's turn become really complicated with some spells.
I'm fine with it because I'm not the one getting stabbed.
Yet.
This doesn't influence me personally at this moment.
Yeah. So in that case, whip out the revolver again. Just sort of like reach over, pull out the revolver, reach down to my belt as I'm just sort of like kicking some bees off my shoes.
Hey.
Break the barrel and apply a small like disc like technological device to the energy cell that's already keeping it fully charged and loaded at all times. Click it back up, pull the hammer back, aim, fire.
All right, fire.
Hang on. And I'm going to be casting Chromatic Bullet at 2nd level.
Heck yeah.
So, assuming that this hits anyways. $29 to hit. Which I'm assuming
that'll
hits.
hit. That will definitely hit. Yes.
All right. This is going to be lightning damage. So
Okay.
there's just almost a bolt of lightning that fires out with the bullet, with the magical arcane bullet. As I deal 11 lightning damage, 8 ballistic.
Nice. That's
And
19.
So bonus action. Wait, hang on. Is it? I'm trying to see what the actual action economy of Chromatic Bullet is. I think it's. I don't know if it's a bonus action or not. No, it's an action. Okay. So that's my turn because I can't use my. But I can't use my second attack because
You used your action to cast a
I
spell.
used my
Yeah.
action to cast a spell. Yeah. Probably cast a spell is shooting. So yeah, that's it.
Kendall.
Oh,
All right.
Tolbar's gonna move over to Varouche.
Oh,
next to
yes.
Varouche.
Kendall will Yep. Is going to we're just gonna go simple and we're just gonna Eldritch Blast.
All right. Oh no.
Ah, yes. Yes, simple and clean.
This is gonna
I'm
hurt.
going to apologize. I've been dealing with shit, so if I've missed something important, that's fine because this is
No,
Kendall.
I said oh no because I realized you have repelling blast,
Yes,
and he's
But I
standing
don't-
in spiked growth.
this is true. 15, and if that hits, that's 12 damage.
15 does not hit.
Okay, well, fine. I didn't want to do 12 damage anyways. Well, then a 9's definitely. You know what? No, Kendall doesn't want to look dumb in front of everybody. I'm going to use inspiration. That's not better.
So you
Because
fire
of course, why would it be?
you fire these two beams of pinkish eldritch energy at it, and they seem to be dead on for its torso. But again, it just kind of does the agent, like not even like the Neo Matrix, like the agent Matrix thing, where its torso just kind of moves independently of its legs and just avoids it.
Well, that's my turn.
Mistle.
I mean, I guess I could like face step right down to it if I really wanted Till to have a heart attack. He
Mistle,
did just miss from range. No, I'm fine. sorry.
Mistle would like to sneak attack this guy.
Well, you don't have anyone near it, and it has very clear vision of everyone around.
You're
Well, then
also,
she's just
you're
going
also
to hurt
nowhere
it.
near it.
She is going to use fast flying to get over to it faster.
Right.
Stop character sheet. Sorry.
You could use your fast flying. You could also just use your bonus action to dash.
You should be able to make it in one go. You're only 30 feet away.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and
Oh
do
no,
that.
actually, you don't even need. Yeah, you don't even need to dash. You can just fly.
Well, I'm just gonna fly then. Hello. Sorry, my character sheet's being about. There we go. Does 25 hit?
It does. It can't do anything.
Really
about
hope so.
that.
And as she approaches it, she does say, hello.
Yeah, you don't have the sneak attack, but the 11 piercing
Okay.
damage.
And can I do my other attack?
Yep.
Awesome. 22.
22 also hits, yes. Or 3 more. As you rush in behind it and sort of gouge it across its back twice, it sort of spins around. You get the feeling it might have had its attention robbed by someone getting up in front of it, Verge.
Yeah.
Does
On its
compelled-
turn,
Does compelled duel break when someone attacks it?
it didn't succeed
saved.
to save on the compelled duel. He just tried to intimidate it into coming at it, but then someone else came up and hit it in melee.
Yeah.
So it is going to do its multi attack.
Mr.
Attack
Don't
with its
be the
claws.
ball.
That's a 7, which misses Mistle.
You can dodge
Yay.
a wrench, you can dodge a claw.
And another 7, which misses Mistle.
Hey.
Having an off night, are we?
As you
This is
as
in
you-
character.
as it swipes both times with its claws, and you avoid it twice, and you say that at it, its foot comes up in a backspring kick as you need to make a strength save.
No.
Mr. is strong. Mr.
Oof.
is not strong.
It's still
So-
not true.
Oh no.
Mistle go thunk.
Yeah.
So its foot comes up, and in this weird moment of defying physics, it pushes off of you as if you were something sturdy enough to hold its weight. But at the same time, it also shoves you with it as it goes flying away from you. And also, you get shoved into the spiked growth. You are pushed 10 feet away from it and take 2 spaces of spike growth damage.
Now hold on.
Now kill Mistle,
w-
Craig.
No, now hold on, Will. 'Cause you didn't. Now, does it specifically say is moved horizontally? Because you did not let me pull down the floating.
I did actually let you pull him down.
No. The big one that was you said was already touching the ground. I was allowed to pull it down 2 inches. The xenomorph, the gnome one, you said I wasn't allowed to pull down to the ground. And I would say that Mistle is the same amount of distance off the ground as the floating gnome mind flare.
This is fair. I will say then, because it has to angle it down, that you only get 5 feet of push on that.
Okay, that seems like
Do
a
I
reasonable
still take 2
compromise.
damage?
You still take the 2d4 worth of damage rather than
Okay.
4d4. You
5.
take
Oh,
5
2d4?
points of damage.
5 points.
The,
Okay, gotcha.
I'm sorry. The bees that are stinging you have no idea it's you and are just like, yeah.
Yes.
But
Okay, Mistle.
it does, however, leap up to its movement speed away from the target, which means it actually lands in the tree among the 3 of you.
You have
As
a
it
friend.
uses
Okay.
its back spring kick.
And does the demonic Obi-Wan Kenobi, hello there.
Well, it's more just like the predator
Hello.
noise, just the clicking growl.
Wonderful.
Bees, it's your turn.
Fantastic.
All right.
You can now choose to drop concentration if you so desire without taking an action.
Yeah. But I can do that at the end of my turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So is it next to me in that if I move, it will do things to me?
Yes, all three of you are technically within 5 feet of it.
Okay, hear me out on this one. If I let go of the tree, am I moving of my own volition, or is gravity doing the work?
You know exactly where you are going.
Okay, fair. Let's see.
Also,
I
we've
will
already,
say that- I
also
will
we've
s-
already ruled that involuntary movement doesn't matter with spike growth. So
No, he's talking about the reaction attack. From
Yeah,
the,
I was talking about reaction attack.
Yeah.
but I will say that you don't expend any movement for that fall. You just fall.
Yeah, but I would fall on my own spike growth. So,
and onto his claws.
well, I'm gonna get clawed one way or the other. So,
One way or another.
now, oh no, never mind. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna. So I would roll an attack against myself if I drop out of the tree, right?
You would roll damage, yes, against yourself.
Can I jump to here, to the ground there? Jump 15 feet down?
Make me an athletics check. If you succeed, then yeah.
Sure, athletics
It's not
or
a hard one.
acrobatics?
Acrobatics, yeah. It's not a hard one. You're moving 5 feet.
Well, harder than I thought. An 8.
It's still enough. The DC was 8.
Okay, fair. All right. So the hive armor sort of clatters down.
You do, however, take falling damage because you said
Yeah.
you were 15 feet up. So you
Yep.
take it's every 10 feet, so you take a D6 of falling damage.
Okay.
So
3.
you take 3 points of falling damage and make a concentration save.
Oh fuck! I didn't think this through. Yes, that means I'm role playing well.
Make a con save. The DC is 10.
Oh, it's a
You made it.
actually. Yeah, that's a 20. Yeah, I did a roll instead of a save, but it's the same for me. Okay, so then I'm going to. Does that use up any of my movement?
Just
of
the
my
5, just the
movement?
5 feet
Okay.
to clear it. The fall is
All right.
the fall is the fall.
1.
Although, yeah, that will
Hi,
provoke the
Tovar.
attack opportunity.
Hi, Baruch. as the hive armor falls down, I think with the landing, some of it is. Well, let's find out how bad it fucks me up as I jump.
With a claw
24.
for 12 slashing damage.
Does he
Okay,
have
yeah.
Sentinel?
He does not.
Okay.
He is slightly stronger than a normal version of this trooper, but he does not have feats.
I thought he had 2.
I mean, he has them, but they're just you got claws at the end now. Yeah.
All right. So I will get to there. And sort of standing behind Tilbar and Farouche. We'll look back, and then I'm going to do Thorn Whip.
You can try and yank this
18.
bastard out of a tree.
That would hit, but it has its reaction back, so it uses its reaction to sway and dodge.
Nope. It used
Oh no,
reaction to hit me.
you are correct. It did. That does hit.
Weird demon trooper, come on down.
So it is yanked out of the tree. How far?
10 feet, I believe.
Thorn Whip, I think, is 10 feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
There it goes. And falls.
So it pull the creature, 10 feet closer to you. So
We'll take the falling damage.
and 1 square of, I assume from the landing, 1 square of
It's on the periphery, but yeah, go ahead.
okay.
So 8 damages.
And then I need
It's
to roll. the
not
actual
looking
damage.
good.
6 more points of damage from Thorn Whip.
It is not looking good.
Another 1 point of damage from favored foe. And then make a strength save, please.
Strength save. 18.
That saves. Okay. All right. I think that's all I got.
It is looking very bad. Till, if you somehow do not kill it on your turn, I will be very surprised.
Well, I'm going
I
to
will be
assume.
very
that
surprised.
wait,
natural-
wait. I dropped concentration.
Okay. Yes, you drop concentration.
The bees sort of swarm up out of the out of the grass. Clusters of them go, "Oh hey, Mistle! Oh hey, Koltarn!" as they swarm back towards the hive arm.
So, 31 for 11 points of ballistic.
It had 3 hit points left.
So, yeah.
Or 4.
So yeah, just
How do you
one
want to
more
do
th-
this?
back of the head, and the bullet comes out that red eye
Yeah.
going forward. Yep. And then
Yeah, so it lands on the ground sort of halfway in the spike growth, and it looks up at bees with this sort of hatred glowing out of its red eyes, and then the glass shatters as a bullet flies through the front of it, and it just collapses forward.
The bees immediately swarm into the hole.
Bee,
hey,
wait,
slow down. Wait a minute.
back out.
Looking like 24 chastened, budding children. They sort of slump out.
Holster the revolver and head over towards it. Stopping to help Mistle up.
Thank you, Coltarn.
Kick it over so it's laying on its back.
Is it dead?
Miss Fairchild, do you want to just hold on?
About to find out.
I'm good.
Mr. will follow Coltarn over there.
Crouch down next to it and begin an examination.
Roll medicine or investigation or arcana or religion. One of those.
Investigation. Plus.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna take a quick look around and make sure that's the only one we drew in.
Looking around, there does not appear to be anything other than that is closing on you.
Would there be any interest in a technology roll, by the way?
Not in this particular case.
Okay. Cool.
Like, there is technology on it, but that's not what you're looking for.
25.
So with the 25, you notice a few interesting things about this creature. First off, the cyclopean eye is dead center and not in a space where anyone with like actual like humanoid eyes would be able to see out of, and that's because its face has been melded together. It did actually just have one central cyclopean eye that it was seeing out of. You notice that it no longer has a mouth.
So, like this examination, by the way, so the Omni tool that's strapped to his arm has stopped, like lighting up, and as he crouches down next to it, he sort of twists his wrist and flicks a finger, and as he does, the bits on the hand that were forming the taser just sort of and just fold out into a variety of tools. So like Edward Scissorhands, but it's like Edward toolkit hand.
Edward Leatherman hands.
Yeah, Edward Leatherman.
It's a sequel.
I'm pretty sure that was my coach in high school.
And so like using the tools to interact with it as he does, like sort of like running like a small pen knife along the helmet edge to see that it's all melded together. And
yeah, so you learn that it does only have the one eye. It does not have a mouth anymore. It looks like it still has the skull structure that would include a jaw, but it's entirely grown over with demonic flesh. Which is probably why it can make noises but can't really talk. It does not have arms past the elbow. The cybernetic grafts are replacing what would have been its forearms and hands.
Idly, as he's examining, Coltarn just goes, "Had no mouth, but still could scream."
Its body, as you take a look at it, is straining the confines of its equipment. Like, you can see bits of its musculature are sort of like stretching the fabric and like pushing against the metal material of its equipment, which implies to you that it has been growing larger and more powerful than its standard designation, potentially off of the things it's been killing.
Is there like a on the gauntlets? Is there a seam or like a construction seam where it was put together?
It's more like a weld line where it's
Or like
like
a weld line?
melded
Yeah,
into its upper arm.
Clicking the tool or clicking the Omni tool around produced like a blowtorch. Could I undo that weld line and see if I could pull apart one of the gauntlets?
Yeah. So if you as you sort of like undo the seam and like pull the arm off, there's just like a string of cybernetics that comes out of the stump of its upper arm that was connecting it to its nervous structure.
And yeah, I'm just basically sort of breaking apart. I want to like sort of break apart the gauntlet and see what the construction inside that is. If it was actually technology or if it's just like a really weird arm.
It looks to be a style of magitech. As you break it open, there's a few like electronic circuits and conductors in here, but it all seems to be centered around what looks to be a refracting gemstone. So it's not like it's using this entire blaster is powered electronically. It looks like it's focusing using technology to focus the magical essence of the fiend to form that blaster.
So with that sort of cursory examination, that gem in the middle of the arm, would that be like a structural weak point or like a power source? Like if that was broken, would the gauntlet work at all?
The claws would still function, but you suspect the blaster functionality would cease to work.
Okay.
Which it didn't use at all in that fight because it got very close.
So like the what I'm finding with this particular style of technology is that the power source and the ability to utilize the weapon aren't necessarily inherently one-to-one. Like it'll still be active without the power source, just not as effective.
You suspect the power source was the body of the creature.
Yeah, and the gem is sort of ancillary to the.
Yeah, the gem was, as far as you can tell, was basically a focusing iris for its energies to turn its energies into a blast.
Cool. So, preliminary findings. These creatures are a blending of fiendish energy and magic technology along with a humanoid form. The longer they live, the larger they grow, and theoretically, the more powerful they become. So, the longer they hang around, the older ones are going to be more powerful than the younger ones. This technology was put together to supplement and enhance the creatures. It's a part of them. It's powered by them. So there are ways you can damage it without and make it less useful, but ultimately, even if we were to render the blaster portion of it deactivated, it would still be able to use the claws, which we didn't even use the blasters during the fight. So. No relying on weak points there. The helmet and seems like the rest of the outfit is largely fused with the body, so it's not wearing a helmet, the helmet is its head. So, expect similar works on others. I don't think we can repurpose any of the technology for weaponry or our own use, but I could use it for scrap and repurpose it for something else.
Ultar,
Yes.
is it dead?
Yes.
Mister will fly over and kick it in the side. And just yell, "That's what you get!" and spit on it.
Hey, Mistle,
Yeah.
did we sting you?
Yeah, you hurt me.
We thought that was you. Here's some honey.
Thank you.
Sorry we stung you. You
That's
shouldn't have been
okay.
on us though.
It kicked me.
Okay. Hey, Coltarn,
Yes.
did we sting you?
Yes.
Your feet taste bad. Here's some honey.
Thank you.
I'll give 6 points to Coltarn and 5 to Mistle.
In the future, bees, while that is a very useful tactic, maybe not in an area where people need to get up close to the enemy.
Okay. Maybe don't get up close where we're hunting.
We explicitly set an ambush so that we could all jump on it from multiple sides, bees.
Well, some of us were in trees.
Yes, and some of us weren't.
Well, we thought everybody was going to be in trees.
Good time to possibly use that spell, bees, is if, say, we're being chased by something. If you leave some bees behind, that would be the best option then.
Okay.
But
Maybe next time. Not,
I
you're not gonna
appreciate
be in
the
trees, maybe
enthusiasm.
tell us you're going to be in trees.
So Till's gonna try and help Kendall down from the tree. Probably just Princess carry her down to the ground.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, right.
Otherwise, that would have been kind of awkward.
Right.
Actually, she would have wasted a spell slot and just flown down.
Right.
You still have
yeah.
phase step.
Mhm.
That is also true.
Doesn't even
Mhm.
require a spell.
Yeah, but also being carried down like a princess
I mean, yeah, there's
from
kind
an
of on brand
admittedly
for her.
not unattractive.
Well, I think that went fairly well.
Taking
All things
selfies as you
considered.
go.
yes, and useful information.
Till very determinedly not making eye contact with the camera lens.
But the camera lens on its head.
No, I was
No,
saying
no,
Kendall
of
taking
Kendall
selfies as they
taking
come down.
selfies on the way down from the tree.
You know, that just makes the selfie look better.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
He has no idea.
He's of the opinion that if he ignores it, it might go away. He is wrong.
If he ignores
No,
it, it
that-
makes
that-
the image cooler.
Yeah, that makes the image look that much cooler. Yeah, that dramatic at camera angle.
Taking the busted open piece that I took. Comparing this to the technology that we've seen around town so far, I'm assuming it's vastly different.
It is more advanced, but not like unbelievably so. Like if you were to compare the level of technology that you've seen in the city, it's sort of like cutting edge and highly advanced versions of that versus the technology that you saw from those villagers, which is literally medieval.
How is it like on a galactic scale? Where would this way?
Relatively low tech, but kind of barbaric.
So looking at it,
Like trolls can make like implanted weapons just fine and don't need to lop an entire arm off for it, for instance.
yeah. Does it have a feel for like Zarhemian technology in it, or is it just Zarhemian powered in this case?
It definitely does not look like Zarhemian technology. Zarheim technology, Zarheim technology when you see it.
Yeah.
We want to drag this back and let Jasira have a look at it.
I don't know if she'd be able to tell us much more.
It might be inspired by Zarheim tech, though, all things considered.
Yeah. We don't really. I mean, we could do an anatomical breakdown of it, but I don't think that would be very useful. Mostly, what we're interested in isn't the fiendish aspects of it. It's the things that have been applied to it, how it was put together.
I need to be right back, so you guys talk amongst yourselves for a minute.
All right.
I imagine the fiendish aspect of it is that it continues to grow stronger the longer it lives, but the technology is not fiendish. It's not from Zarheim. It might be inspired by it, but it's not Zarhemian. Not even particularly advanced as far as the galactic scale. It's particularly advanced for this planet, but
Well, then, do we want to slap it on the hood of Varush's vehicle and parade back to town and get an investigation at the castle?
we do need to go to the palace and take on investigation. We should probably take it with us. I don't know what this body would do, just left to rot.
Nothing good.
No.
I'll
See if we
heft
can
it
find
up.
someone to get it cleansed.
Excellent.
I'm just gonna put the arm that I actually hold on one second, Varush. And go over to it. pull out the. Let's just hold the arm. Pull the arm out. Hold it out. Those of you that are squeamish, maybe look away a bit. And with Tolbar's help, I'm going to, without breaking it, pull the gauntlet off the other arm, so I have one intact and one broken apart.
Bees are happy to help you if you need help.
It is basically the equivalent of ripping someone's arm off.
Hold on.
Using a blade, cutting someone's arm off. Technically, you rolled a 9 there, for whatever that's worth.
That is true. Because she 100% did not look away, but she is 1,000% squeamish. Yeah, there's no vomit. There's just a small squeaking sound.
It's the cat about to vomit sound.
No, it's more of the like pseudo whimper fright moment.
Yeah.
This creature's blood is like ichor black and does not smell good.
That's upsetting. Wrap the
Phil just kind of reaches out and pats her on the shoulder a little bit.
wrap the gauntlet up. Strap the broken one onto that, wrap it up so it's all in one package, put it away in a bag, wrap the stumps of the arms so that they stop ichering all over the place, and then we load it into whatever trunk we have.
Hood's fine.
We load it onto
Just
the
a
hood.
hood ornament.
But if we put it on the hood, Varouche, then the smell will be drifting back to us as we
Not gonna
drive.
go fast enough.
That'll just make the smell come faster. That's how physics works.
I have a holy air freshener. We'll be fine.
If we put it behind,
He wants a demon hood ornament.
God damn it.
if we put it in the back, the smell will
You
be
make
going away
sacrifices
from
for aesthetics sometimes. It's fine.
us. I
You're
equip
driving
my-
back with a demon hood ornament.
Yep.
I reach over to the shoulder. I detach part of the Omni tool. I put it over my face. I have my rebreather on. At
Also
least
doesn't bug me because I've got a 4-foot long snorkel that I can use.
Right, yeah, you can just trail that out the side and you're fine. Man.
Varouche and Coltarn are acting like windbreaks for anybody sitting in the back, so the smell just like hits and then flies off to the side.
But yeah. Get it back to the truck and drive back.
Yeah,
These
you
are
return back to town. And yeah, the smell is like there is a certain truth that driving with something in front of you will put the smell on you, but when you hit a certain speed, it doesn't linger very long. So you just end with the two of you acting literally as windbreaks. It is enough to get by it.
We're crop dusting demon smell through the forest.
You absolutely are.
That place will never be the same again. Varouche, how did you strap it to the front?
Carefully with rope.
No, I mean, how did you strap it to the front?
Like how's it positioned?
Oh, just laying across like you would on the back. It's just laying on its stomach.
You didn't like, tie the legs underneath the hood so it looks like you hit it.
No, I didn't. No.
Yeah. You drive your way back. It's again, you're in a fast land vehicle. It takes like 20 minutes to get back to town.
Jesus.
Cool.
There's kids playing outside my window.
I heard that
First
scream,
time.
yeah.
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 Well, go ahead.
Did we have an appointment time set for?
Yes, they're doing a preliminary sweep of the palace, and then they'll be ready to take us through. So we've still got a little bit of time. That took less time than expected.
We had anything we wanted to accomplish in town before we go to the palace?
Anything you wanted to buy?
Actually, do they sell ammo clips here?
Yeah, there's military surplus.
Yeah, they do have. They have magazines that will fit your weapons. They won't be perfect, but they'll do.
Okay.
You can get normal ammo without issue, but you can't really get any hotshot ammo here.
He's not looking for anything fancy. He just wants 4 clips of regular.
Yeah,
Could I turn the ammo they have into hotshot?
probably with time.
Damn. Do they have any Colbracks here?
Actually, yes,
I look
because
at
that's the part of the culture that crashed here was originally Orcish, and the Colbrack is about as old as orcs have been spacefaring.
I see the Colbrack. I want it. I look at my money bag. I can't afford it. Shit. Another time.
If I can, what kind of are do they have shields here?
Yeah,
Are
they have shields. They
fairly
also
low
have
tech?
riot shields.
Do they by chance have breaching shields?
That's what I mean by riot shield. Yes, they do have
Okay.
breaching shields.
Yeah, then I will grab one of those.
Yeah, I've got 14 gold, which is not enough to buy the 125 gold Oracle. How much could I sell my other guns for?
So before you do that, I have 2 machine guns that I'm not using. Unless anybody doesn't want those.
Call them Des and Troy.
Unless you really want to like haggle with an individual merchant, I will just generally apply that you can sell it for half the market price.
Yeah.
So that'd be.
Well,
50.
I was gonna hand them over so that Coltarn doesn't have to part with his precious firearms.
I'm trying to buy a precious fire.
Pair of machine guns would go for 100 gold together then, if we're going for half price, yeah.
And a sawn-off shotgun would go for... Oh, a sawn-off shotgun would go for 75. No, not less than that.
No.
60, 65.
60, 61, 60.
62 and a half.
Yeah. 62 gold, 5 silver.
Yeah, 62, so that'll be enough. Yeah, okay, so I will sell my old sawn-off shotgun and the 2 machine guns. Unless anybody wants a machine gun.
Nope, I'm good.
I think Farouche and I are the only ones that could use the machine gun, so...
I can use a machine gun, but I'm good with my revolvers right now.
I do want a heavy machine gun at some point, but today's not the day.
You and me both.
He's right. Put my repeating fire infusion on a heavy machine gun and just go to town. What jam? This never jams. There's no bullets. They're fake. But yeah, so that will get 162 gold plus 5 silver, and then I will use 125 of that to buy an Orc Colbrack, which I will then later swap my repeating infusion to after I do some.
You have purchased the deagle of the setting, except it's a deagle made by orcs who can actually handle the recoil.
I have an Orc Colbrack now, and some extra gold to modify it with later. So that's now I have to do math. Hang on. Roll.
You right back?
Kendall's going bracelet shopping.
Minus
Mr. will come with.
Yay!
I have 30.
You can find a surprising variety of bracelets here, and most of them are unique styles that you won't find anywhere on the galactic market, which has, been standardized.
Buying.
Are any of them mistle sized?
They don't have
I feel like
lot
all of them
tiny-
are mistle sized as long as you're willing to wear it as a belt.
Yeah,
Or
I was about to say.
necklace?
Mm-hmm.
You can find a lot of bracelets that you could wear as a necklace. Yeah.
Okay, she'll do that then. Is there any chance that there are any clothing stores that would have anything that would fit Mistle here?
Ooh,
You
yeah.
could find a doll clothing store.
Because
No,
she has like
no.
one outfit.
We are going to an actual clothing store and they will be sizing something for her.
Okay.
This is retail therapy time.
Like Kendall will notice Mistle has like one outfit that she constantly is watching
Yeah.
because nothing fits her.
Yes. Yes. No. We're going to get you some things.
Okay.
Loser, we're going shopping.
Yep.
So you find a tailor, which is, you can find one in this city. There are several. It's a relatively large city. And you enter and ask for an outfit to be tailored to Mistle's size, and they sort of look, and we can certainly do that. What style are you looking for?
She'll kind of panic look at Kendall. She doesn't know.
Kendall will
clothing?
go. I've got this. And Kendall will go.
I like
Super in-
blues.
Got it. Super into fashion stuff that, as you can see, I am a fashion maven myself.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But
yes.
are you looking for something more utilitarian, more flowy, more
Yes.
like
All of the above. There will be more than one outfit purchased.
okay. So
Kendall is continuing her apology the best way she knows how, which
Retail
is
therapy.
by forgiveness.
Mistle is fine with this.
so
Throw money at the problem till it goes away.
Yeah.
there's an amount of price markup that goes with having to tailor something so unique,
Fine.
but at the same time there's so much less material.
Right.
So any outfit that you buy would actually only be about half the market price for
Okay.
for the full size outfit.
So like probably like a couple traveler's clothes equivalents for utility stuff, at least 4 or 5 fine clothes sets.
Do you get her any
Like,
dresses? Because she's
yeah.
never had a dress before.
Absolutely. Fuck
Okay.
yes.
Okay, she'll get really excited.
Yes.
Time, by the way.
Yeah, I'm aware. But I just want to get this one thing. So
Yeah.
you'll so you get like there's one that's like a very utilitarian sort of like smaller rendition of the kind of outfit that the Nocturne and military wears, which is this very like utilitarian, like almost like a very tight cloth, almost like a turtleneck with like no sleeves
Mhm.
and with like suspenders over like utility like military cargo pants kind of style, with some nice solid boots.
Perfect.
And then you get like some very like elegant looking dresses of a variety of styles,
Mhm.
both like what would be in real world considered European and also Asiatic.
Yeah. Some formal stuff, some casual lounging stuff, like stuff that you can just wear out that is, for lack of a better way to put it, rich person clothing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the whole
When these
shebang.
are made, like the first thing that she wears is like the fanciest dress. With,
Perfect.
like the necklace and everything, and her hair done up and everything.
Perfect.
No, she's not buying anything for B.
You're not there. Otherwise, she would. And also, you've made no indication that there's still a problem. Kendall thinks that was all resolved.
Oh, I know.
Also, you don't wear clothes.
Also, you don't wear clothes.
Maybe if someone asked.
Maybe
Never
if
gonna
someone
happen.
Came along.
Picturing every bee in like a tiny little bow tie.
and
Yeah,
you
no,
should do it.
Till is
Yeah,
there
just
with
so
you.
y'all
He's
know,
just
next
looking for
episode-
something in-
Just so y'all know, next episode, Bees is gonna do nothing but bitch until Kendall buys them clothes.
And there will be clothes bought.
Yeah, with the shopping achieved and with Mistle acquiring a good number of extra outfits to wear, that's where we'll go ahead and end for the week.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.